WWDC 2015 wrapped up earlier this week. Apple went through their usual product lines, OSX, iOS, the iPad, and two new ones, Beats One, the new internet radio by Apple, and the Apple Watch. There were some good new features on display, even if most of it seems to be just catch-up. What grabbed my interest though was the new version of OSX coming this fall, autumn for anyone who's not American. They're calling it OSX El Capitan. It's bringing with it the snap feature that's been in Windows since Windows 7. From what they showed off, it ties into Expose, and can I just say, thank you Apple for finally bringing this to Mac. Since I got a MacBook in November, it's been one feature I've wished Apple would bring over to their OS. Together with the Spaces feature already in OS X, should make multitasking a lot easier. Because sometimes when you've got multiple windows open, it's a bit of a hassle switching between the different apps. Just thinking, with Windows 10 bringing in its version of Spaces, and OS X bringing in a snapping feature, are we going to see OS X and Windows get more and more similar in future? Probably not, but if you've heard about convergent design, it's possible. True multitasking is also coming to the iPad in the form of slide over, but I think I'll be doing another video on that very soon. I guess the more interesting features were Spotlight and Safari. Apple's giving Spotlight a bit of Google Now treatment. It's going to let you check things like the weather straight from the Spotlight overlay, finding sports scores, and also being able to understand natural language, so you can type your searches the way you'd normally speak. You know, after using Google Now and OS X Spotlight, I've been wishing for something like this to come to Windows. There's Windows Search, but Spotlight's implementation, in my opinion, has been the better of the two. The features that bring Spotlight now may have been in Google Now for a while, but new features are always good. I'm just wondering if and when we'll see something like Siri or Cortana on OS X. Just a thought, Apple. Safari was the other thing that stood out for me. It may be the browser I open once a year for WWDC and other Apple events, but it's not a bad browser. On OS X it's actually pretty good. Apple are doing this thing called Pin Sites, which to me looks a lot like the bookmarks feature in Google Chrome. You know, like how Google Chrome shows the bookmarks at the top of the window? That's what they're planning on doing in Safari. The audio thing looks really interesting though. If you didn't watch WWDC, what they've done is make Safari able to mute tabs without ever opening the tab that's making the sound. If I ever use Safari, I could see myself using something like this a lot. Anyway guys, those are some of the things that stood out to me in OSX El Capitan from what they showed in WWDC. Did you watch the WWDC conference? How interested are you in the upcoming OS update? And here's one for you. Seeing as a fair bit of what will be in the next OS X is just playing catch up, are Apple out of ideas, or are they just refining an idea that already exists? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and before you leave a like if you liked this video or enjoyed it. One more thing. E3 starts this coming week, or it's been, depending on when you're watching this. So subscribe for E3 videos and the remaining parts of my WWDC videos. I'll catch you next time.